Freaky-Table is brought to you by Nikki Hit Beauty Studio, Mountain Anton Koto, Buna Musa di Douala, and Prime 22 Bar and Restaurant, Bukwango, Buya.
Hi everyone, my name is Joan Gomba and I'm joined here by Enah and Kwoh. Guys, welcome to Freaky-Table. And we have so many things to talk about, so let's get right in. All right, so we're back. This is Freaky-Table. Enah, Kwoh are joining me, Joan, and we're very, very happy to be here. Let's kickstart the show with looking very gorgeous in 80s. Yep. We're going back to the Fisherman's Diary, red carpets. Oh, okay. I don't understand what is happening. Guys, we are in costume, so don't mind everything that is showing here. The chest.
Everything it does is in character of the 80s.
Yeah, we're back. We're back on that red carpet. The movie premiere was October 24th in Douala. It was amazing. And we're just here to discuss what we saw, what we heard, and what we want you to know. So, guys, welcome.
Thank you.
You look very disco-like. Oh my God, what are you touching? Ew. No. We don't want that on television. Yeah, now you're welcome. You look amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, so wait. Let's keep. Who were you wearing? Because I mean, you're wearing this now. But who were you wearing? Oh my God.
Elvis Presley meets Michael Jackson.
Oh, nice. Like James Brown.
James Brown.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
I love
mostly
it.
James Brown.
James Brown.
Yeah.
So you know how to rock there.
Of course.
Okay. You doesn't know how to sing.
No,
Enah,
don't do that.
Enah, who inspired your look that day?
Oh, damn. A couple of aesthetics from the 80s. Made it baby boy, give it a baby boy touch, you know.
Oh, baby boy.
The
like,
baby boy
Kyrie.
swag, you know. Yeah. You don't know about it, so it's fine. You don't know.
I mean, it's coming from the 60s, actually. So that's okay. I saw this Foxy Brown kind of thingy. Mm-hmm. So like olden days, Cleopatra.
I mean, I see the heavy makeup, which is
heavy makeup, bulky hair, shiny suit, almost
open
like
chest,
open chest.
You know,
we're very confident back then.
Yeah, and a lot of jewelry too.
Yeah, and a lot.
That era was very expressive.
Very, very. Oh my God.
I think he missed that era.
He wore the expression.
I'm just gonna be touching his nipples since that.
Oh God, please don't touch me. I don't want your nipples on my hands.
Oh, my nipple.
So I mean, it was an I don't know, a very exaggerated red carpet theme. Mm-hmm. It was the 80s fashion. We're bringing back, you know, all the icons, the fashion icons back in the day. Yeah. How exciting was that for you guys?
Ilonge, how exciting was it for you?
Enah, it was very, very exciting, and also very difficult. Yeah. In the sense that, and perhaps that's why interesting, really, because you know, we just want a no-theme premiere where you can wear what you want to wear. Mm-hmm. So when you have an 80s theme thing, you have to actually do your research, look at what suits your own style. It's easy for me because generally everything works for me. But
I agree.
I can imagine where it was really. I loved the process of actually trying to come up with a look. It was wonderful. So yeah.
Here we go. Yeah. Now talking about the fashion part. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you heard that was the theme, right? Like, I mean, 80s fashion and everything. Like, how exciting or depressed were you? Because I know it's a whole lot of work for guys, but you're into fashion and style and everything. Was it easy to put everything together?
I mean, like, I think if you understood the aesthetics at the time, you understand what to really pull off. Because this was typical of the 80s, the disco, the lighting and everything. It was really typical. And but then I think there were about 5 things which characterized the 80s in terms of style. It was the open chest, like almost everybody tried to pull off that day. The beret, mostly for a lot of women wore the beret at that time.
So it wasn't like representing the KKK?
No. The Black Panther was in the 60s, 1960s or something like that. But yeah, the beret, even though it was more of a political statement, but it was also a fashion statement. Mm-hmm. You had the beret, you had a lot of jewelry. Mm-hmm. But then the Western fashion was more, really large wear. But then Africa was more tight, really tight shirts, trumpet trousers, and then, just being expressive with color. The Afro was like, I think it was the main thing of the 80s. Mm-hmm. And then, just try to be expressive with your style and how you pull it off. was a lot of color at the time. So we're not just seeing color right now. There's a lot of color at that time.
There was. I mean, all of us were on the red carpet. We saw so many things. People trying to bring their own, style and everything. Like, did you think that most of them respected the red carpet theme? Most of the guests,
Yeah, I think, but for Bless B, who
came like a bird.
Who came as Bless B? Who came as Bless B?
Pharaoh was going to be jealous of Bless B.
Yeah, Bless B. Bless B.
So he brought his guards into 2000.
I feel like Bless B's Taylor is Moses' cousin or something.
Like he probably worked for Pharaoh.
But he works for Bless B. But I think that most of the people tried to make it at least to capture the moment. And it was really interesting to see how colorful and to see the efforts that people put in. And I think that this is one of the things which we really lack in terms of how events are. When we have themed events like that, it is not just the movie that we go then to watch. Now there is an added accessory to that movie, which is a style, which is a fashion, which can keep audiences spellbound, keep them guessing, keep them interested in it. So I loved it. I love the efforts that were made. I love the efforts that were made by especially the cast. Yes,
with their shoes and everything. Oh my God!
I don't think they borrowed from India.
I mean, it was really ridiculous. They actually bought normal shoes and they went to the shoe mender to add the height of it or the heels. It was really interesting just seeing that the hair, the caps, everything. But I mean, the film itself, right? The Fisherman's Diary. Where you were trying to balance it up with the red carpet looks. Did it tie, or was it something that the red carpet theme matched with the film, what the storyline was all about, the era that the film was shot?
Yeah, I mean, in a couple of ways, because you could see even the coloring of the movie and how they styled the actors and actresses. You could see that it was reimagining that era. But then the sociocultural issues it touched on, they did not just end in the 80s. They moved up even to 2020. We're still seeing things like rape, girl children not having access to education, and a lot of those social issues which prevailed, which have been around forever, really. But then, especially in how the main characters were portrayed in the movie, it was 80s. You could get a feel of it was mostly nostalgic in terms of how they played around with the coloring and everything. But then they also gave it a modern touch, like Kang in his character. He wore jumpsuit and all of that, It looked modern too. But I think the underlying idea of the film was to give it an 80s look, or maybe something from in those days. Let's put it that way.
From the past. Alipuk. That's how they call it. But I mean, if we're talking about fashion, there was this complaint that, so many people do complain, like, we go for movie premieres and then we end up not talking about the movies. We end up talking about the fashion. But you said that this is something that we should encourage, that red carpets should have the fun, the excitement and everything, careless the event itself. Like if it's a movie, fashion event, music event, people should dress to kill, right? Dress to kill.
Express.
Yeah, dress to impress.
Yes.
Right? So is it something that we should, from now on, like it's something that we should incorporate in our cultural things and activities and discussions?
Yeah, I think we've seen it.
The thing is that how significant is that actually?
What?
The whole red carpet thing.
It's an experience.
Yes, it's beyond just an experience. It's an added form of interest. It drives interest to the movie itself that you're talking about, because it's a form of hype, it's a form of promotion. You can imagine going to a bland red carpet where people are just dressed in jeans and t-shirts and all that. Like, it really does not. Yes, it doesn't. It's no longer a red carpet. It becomes some boring version of a path.
Why I say it's an experience, because
it's a path.
You have elements which tell the story of the movie, because you're anticipating to watch something which starts building from the red carpet and behind the scenes. I think we generally miss something in Cameroon where red carpets are events on their own, behind the scenes are events on their own, where you have a behind the scenes crew that reports on that reports on social media. That's why you have Instagram stories. And red carpet may go to the feed, but also goes to Instagram stories. It depends on how the movie wants to deploy that piece of content. Because if you're doing red carpet behind the scenes, you could do interviews behind the scenes and red carpet now for the pictures and the looks, because people want to see how who stands out most.
Yeah.
And you've seen Bless B dominate conversations because people care about fashion.
Yeah.
And when it comes in full Bless B fashion, well, there's something to talk about.
But beyond the film and the fashion, consider the fact that audiences who are not for the premiere do not have access to the movie.
Yeah.
And so what is it that really keeps interest around the event of a premiere? You know, because you don't have access to the cinema to say, oh, I'm watching the film alongside, there's no projection of the film to live television or broadcast. So what is it that will keep you interested in the event itself? It is the red carpet and getting to meet stars, meet media people, meet public figures, and just people who are invited into it, and then looking at different dimensions and interpretations that people give to not just the theme, but even to the movie itself. The red carpet it's a prelude to the movie, and to me, I think that it's a big frustration if you have a movie without that type of elaborate
It's always
shenanigans.
Very nice. But I also think that one thing that we miss on the red carpet is everyone who is participating there, who shows up, takes a picture, a selfie, whatsoever. I think the only thing that we miss to conclude that whole vibe and everything is using the hashtag of the event on social media. If you're using it, it makes, it goes further than just, the cameras that are there. Yes. So everybody who is home will be like, oh, if you want to dig in what happened at the Fisherman's Diary, just need to go online and hashtag the Fisherman's Diary and then get everything that is happening. So I think that everyone who is participating on the red carpet should also know that you kind of have an obligation or some kind of responsibility to make that trend on social media by using the hashtag.
When people out they always post.
It is impossible to actually post a picture of you on the red carpet without actually stating that.
Some people don't. Some people don't even give shout out to their designers, shout out to their makeup style artists, the hairstylists, the nail stylists.
They probably don't have a designer, hairstylist, nail stylist.
They just do it themselves, like he did himself. But Joan, there's something I think the Fisherman's Diary came at a very sensitive time, so it was not really the moment to push the hashtag like that, except given the theme of the movie and the time in which the movie was being premiered. The conversations online by those who watched it could have been around the fact that it touched on children not going to school, and it was premiered at the time when the girl child was not going to school, at a time when children were killed in Kumba. So that could have been the way to drive the conversation, fitting into the socio-cultural time, and also not missing the mark, because sometimes you could not sometimes every time if you have to try to dominate what's happening. You're trying to make your event dominate what's happening, you get lost in the conversation, and then you leave a bad impression on people's minds.
I feel like it was very respectful of people not to talk about the Fisherman's Diary, at least trying to take over the conversation, which it would have backfired terribly anyway. I also think that even if you did it in terms of how some people were doing it, where you would take a flamboyant picture and say, I'm in so much pain following the killing of children in Kumba, and then you put 9 pictures in which you are slain. That's like I feel like people were really sensitive to what had happened. That if this had happened on Friday, I'm not sure I would have been able to make it to the Fisherman's Diary premiere. I'm absolutely certain that I would not. Yes,
how really downcast you were.
Yes,
about,
I wouldn't
events,
have made it. But I think even when it happened that morning, by the time I got the information, the only thing that made me go was because it centered around education, and I felt like it was in the form, an early stage of defiance to tell people that no. You're trying to hold us captive, and you're trying to hold education of children captive. And this is a movie which is focused on making sure that children, especially girl children, imagine the carnage that was wreaked on the girl child, the number of females that were killed there. I mean, every life is a life too many. But to imagine the number of girls that were killed there at a time when society is trying to
Oh my goodness! It's okay. All right. I mean, we're speaking about the film, which touches so many things. we are dealing with this issue, the Kumba massacre. So some people have not even gotten over it. You know, may perhaps never get over it. Yeah, especially those.
I think the count now is 19.
Those who were really affected, like the family, direct families and friends of those colleagues, classmates, and all those things, all those people. If you're standing like from afar, us that were probably in Boya, who don't really have connection to that incident, do you think that it has been maybe the Fisherman's Diary or the cast, the crew, the producer, the production film house itself, what can they really do to maybe pay homage to these kids who passed away, or like the incident itself? Like, is there anything that they can do? Or
I think in terms of the promotion, the first thing the Fisherman's Diary, the team has done was to cancel the screening of the movie in Boy and Limbe, I think, which was in solidarity with the families and the communities that, you know, Southwest and Northwest, which are already mourning the passing or the brutal killing of those children. I think that they can do more in terms of child education, promote sensitization, promoting child education a lot, making sure that Fisherman's Diary can become like the flagship for child education and branding it in ways that show that the movie, and I think that generally the movie it talks about education and trying to promote education, but pushing it further with a form of community engagement, you know, and trying to get people to be inspired by it and the message, the underlying message of it. It's not a linear message because this one did not involve the killing of children, more like the killing of dreams. Yes, but in killing children, you're killing dreams, you are even killing future.
It's an original story and could become the first Cameroonian movie to head to Netflix, right? I mean, so much effort has been put. There was a Netflix challenge that so many people participated. It was also criticized. So all of these things. Do you see that we will all watch the film, right? We're not here to discuss the movie. You can watch the trailer on YouTube, please. So do you see that film like a film worthy of Netflix, or it's a Netflix worthy movie?
Yeah. Especially in how the story develops and how certain details were managed. Because even continuity, we've seen continuity being a problem in most Cameroonian movies, but that you could not really pick out any strong part where, except at the end, where there was a little bit of continuity issues. But then generally it was really good in terms of the delivery. I mean, the lead actress, that girl, Fidel, something else. Even though that, even Maichu she did really well. I think everybody pulled it off well. Even Daphne, you know how.
She was doing oh papi. I remember the first time she showed us on TV, the whole cinema hall was like, oh papi.
Sedatic.
It was really strange within the movie.
Yeah.
Her voice. It was really strange.
And being her.
Being Daphne. And anyway, I love seeing Daphne. But I think to your question, that of course it's a movie that's worthy to be on Netflix. Any platform would be lucky to actually grab the movie. This is not one of those movies that you need to hype. It's a good movie, and it's actually a trailblazer for how movies should be done henceforth. It's in our context a big budget movie. I was so impressed with the scoring. The movie was virtually Cameroonian in every breath, but the scoring was just formidable. I loved the acting because there was no fat, no bullshit, no forgive my French, no fucking bullshit. The characters were round characters, like layered. You watch the girl develop as a character, you know. It's not just unidirectional. Like, you watch her, there's a story around her. This character is driving the movie. Her dad is there driving the movie. You see the transformations that are taking place and how the plot is coming together. My standout performance was Cosson Chinepoh. That's the uncle. Absolutely great performance.
I was like,
it was something else.
See, the thing,
oh my God.
You know,
Fidel.
Yeah.
Absolutely great. Kang, Quintus, I was afraid because he has a reputation of over dramatization. But he toned it down. He was really good. He was really good.
You hear me?
Yeah. I loved it. I think that the movie did not have fat, so it was really good. Unfortunately, I was dissatisfied with the end.
Yeah.
I felt like it fell into a Tyler Perry Simonizing category at the end. Last part was really absolutely unnecessary, boring, slumberous. It almost ruined it for me. But it doesn't ruin the movie. It's an extremely good movie. It is full of humor. It is wit. It's something. Then Leslin. The end of it is Leslin. Leslin did a song there, Dileng.
In the dialect. Absolutely amazing.
Everything about that I've been seeing it will be winning for best original sound, soundtrack or scoring. If Leslin's is saying she will win.
Yeah, I think so.
Even this other girl,
Belvia did a fantastic job. Everybody who worked on that, Blesby, Wube, Belvia, Leslin, Fish, they actually included Fish.
The whole movie felt, I'm talking of the scoring, it felt like a
Cameroon playlist.
Playlist. Like, you know what, if you could actually listen to the movie, get the songs, I have a speaker Cameroonian hit playlist.
The only thing that bothered me a little bit was Laura's performance.
It fell flat for me.
It felt a little bit deja vu.
Like I was seeing Bango.
Somebody mentioned that why is girl always dying in her movies.
But my own issue is that I felt like when she spoke, the scenes she had with Kang, like I felt like this was an extension of Saving Bango. I don't know. It was, and for such a fantastic actress. It's not bad acting. It's just when you watch Saving Bango, you watch her. It feels like a follow-up.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so we're going to shut this whole topic down. Please, if you haven't watched the film is coming to your city. Please, it's free at the stadiums near you. So when you get, just follow The Fisherman's Diary on all social media platforms to get these dates and locations. But before we go, I have to ask you guys, who was your favorite look on the red carpet? So I got to start with you, Yana.
How many? I think, obviously, elongated. His head is going to swell, I know.
Messi.
Get out. Sophie Ida, she pulled it off. You. Sadly. Who else again? Let me see. There's somebody who's come to my mind.
It's done. You've named 3. That's fine.
Yes.
And of course myself.
Yes. Absolutely. I love